Hi everyone, welcome back to What Guinea Reads, which is where you get introductions to very interesting books, which opens up many layers of conversations, but also equally fun. So I'm Shweta, she's Guinea, and we have Polumi. Hi Polumi.
Hi, good evening.
All right, so of course you can see the variation. I'm in winter, cold Delhi, and Polumi is still
I'm
in
in
Bollywood.
Bangalore. Though it's wet, though it's raining, but we don't need to be still layered up inside our houses.
All right. So which book have you brought today, Polumi, for us, and why?
Okay, this is a beautiful book. I think the book actually it's a visual delight and it's beautiful. I mean, each and every page you will just need to hold. I mean, you would like to hold and do that. It's called Humbril Mai's Loom. Um, It's basically a folk tale from Arunachal Pradesh by the Mishmi tribe. It's retold. That's why it's folk tales is always retold by Mamang Dai, who hails from Arunachal, and the illustrations are by Kalyani Ganapati. And it basically, as usual, always a folklore, and all folklores will always have a kind of mythical elements as well. So there is this shaping who is a porcupine who keeps on hearing this sound called tak tak sum, tak tak sum, and all around. If you see Shweta, this book purposely I don't want to give out much. There are beautiful illustrations, and it actually speaks about weaving, right? As almost as a ritual, as something which is celebrated as a part of daily living in this community, in the Mishmi community. And there is a reason why their weaves, and which comes at the weaves look like how they are, how beautiful they are. How did that happen is precisely what this book speaks about. um, I think the illustrations are like beautiful. They really speak a lot about the people and their culture, and I think that's what stories are all about, right? I mean, they expose you to a world which is otherwise not known to you, and that's why folk tales from different tribes do that to you. So that's precisely the reason I picked it up today. And I think we have not done of all the books that we have done, we have not done much about folk tales. Did once about Russian folk tales long time back. Maybe in the coming weeks that will be my focus, because I think um, they create a rich tapestry of people whom otherwise we don't know, or try to coin an umbrella term as well. So that's precisely.
Right. And it definitely, when you describe the book, it definitely raises a sense of curiosity that,
Mm.
how there could be a story behind each weave,
Yeah,
wherever it's coming from.
yeah,
And
yeah.
knowing that story can also be very
Mm.
beautiful experience for people.
Yeah, and how
Mm.
weave actually, so the illustrations will show that how weaving what you're creating is also what is all around you, right? So a place which is so beautiful, understandably should also create things beautiful when you are crafting out of your hands, and that also instills a sense of reverence, right, for beings, for people around us whom we definitely don't see. I mean, for a long time, and to be very honest, for a long time in my life, I maybe at one breath I could not even say when we were in school. So there are the seven sister states and northeastern states, but what are they? And they are very different from each other in a way culturally. We did not know, and imagine the stories that is there, because they all have a oral tradition. Not to exoticize it, but also to humanize it. I think where stories and books come into play.
Right, right. I
Mm.
agree. Also, because, there are places that we may have heard of, we may even hear opinions about, but we are unlikely to, let's say, visit them as kids very early
Yeah,
on,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So obviously then stories and these nuanced bits through
Mm.
anything then becomes really nice. So is there any particular place in the book that you and your daughter really like?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think my daughter really liked this part. I think I will hold it. You will understand. So it's basically the weave is being done, and the fishes lend themselves to the design. And I think that's beautiful. And it's only through my daughter's perspective I also come to understand that how kids perceive this, right? They suddenly have a very different relationship now to things and beings all around when they find that they are all lending to what we are seeing as design or as illustrations all around and stuff like that.
Right, lovely. So that means your daughter is also influenced, I mean, in her designs by many, many things, including these stories.
I think children already have a sense of that in the first
Yeah,
place. It's just that I think that the more imagination comes into play, uh,
yeah,
the better things become, because then they are unhinged, right? At the end of the day, you are not bound by structures and systems to think. You can think anything that you want to do. Right?
yeah,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So thank you so much, Paulomi, and we look forward to the series that you're saying you're bringing now with folk tales
Yeah,
and from different
I will
places.
consciously now try and bring in more folk tales from different, because especially looking into regional language and translation and folk tales, that
Hmm.
is something is something which I'm putting
Right.
together, because I think we have done uh, enough on different other kinds of stories. I think sometimes, as unhinged and being absolutely, having this flight of fantasy is also extremely enchanting as a child to know.
Great.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you. Thank you so much, Paulomi, and see you
Thank you.
next Tuesday.
Thank you. See you all. Stay safe. Hopefully, you people will be able to go out by
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Um,
Bye. Thanks. Bye.
bye.